So you're producer DJ, you've got some gigs coming up where you know the party's going to have a couple of CDJs and more than likely going to be Pioneer hardware. You can't afford a CDJ Nexus rig that costs thousands of dollars, but you do own one of these $200 Pioneer controllers. Your plan is to do all of your preparation of your music in Rekordbox using a little controller like this. Then you're going to export it to a USB stick that you will then plug into the CDJs at the event. Here are some helpful tips that I don't see online. Hopefully this helps you out. First thing, I recommend getting something in the DDJ series. Now, I'm not trying to be biased towards a specific software like Rekordbox or Serato or Virtual DJ or whatever it is you like to use. Some people will be like, but vinyl though, of course, we got records too. But my point is, if you're going to be at a professional rig, they're more than likely going to have a DDJ 900 Nexus mixer and DDJ 2000 Nexus decks. So Pioneer has purposely done this DDJ series all the way down to a 200 that basically tries to emulate a similar layout to what you're going to be faced with at the event. So yeah, there's lots of cool features on different controllers, and there's lots of things that you can do on different stuff, and different software has this and that and blah blah blah. My point is, if you're planning on exporting to a USB stick that's going to be going on to a pair of CDJ 2000 Nexuses, then you're probably going to want to stick to a little controller that's in the DDJ series by Pioneer. Some of the stuff you might walk up to could have limited features, so keeping that in mind, you're going to want to do things like, I got a rule where I don't usually do more than 3 hot cues, even though the CDJ 2000 Nexus 2s can do 8 with 2 banks of 4. The older CDJ 1000s, they only have 3. CDJ 900 Nexus 2s have none. Perfect lead into my final tip, and that is to set memory cues as well as hot cues. And to do that, you click on hot cue and you change it to memory cue. And then what I'll do is I'll just go to the first cue point. This is a really important step. Press cue, make sure that the cue is there. Then you click on memory and it shows up right there. And I'm going to repeat that for B and C. So I'll press this, hit cue, make sure it's cued, go back over here, hit memory. See how it adds it underneath? It's always going to be chronological. These aren't going to be numbered. It's always going to be from left to right. And then so I go to C, that's C, hit Q, it works, good. Go to memory, set. Now, no matter what CDJ you're faced with, you can use these cue loop call buttons to jump from cue point to cue point. Left arrow, right arrow. See how it's jumping? Left arrow, right arrow. That'll work on a CDJ 900 Nexus. It'll work on a CDJ 1000. It's the original way that Pioneer did cues and loops, and that way, since it is the OG way of doing it, it translates across all the hardware, all the way up to their flagship. So there you go, some real world scenarios. Most of us can't afford that big ass Nexus rig worth thousands of dollars. And a lot of us are opting to get these, $200 little controllers and then exporting to USB for the gig. Hopefully this helps.